The first Union ship drifted in silence. Its lights were still on, but nothing moved inside. Power flowed, yet commands did not answer. The crew sat frozen, alive but locked out of their own systems. Human weapons had not destroyed it. They had taken it away. Commander Elias Monroe watched the data scroll across the main screen. Every line was clean. No chaos. No panic on Earthside. Targets disabled. Reported a calm voice. No human losses. Elias nodded once. Hold position. No pursuit. Some officers looked at him in surprise. They attacked us, one said softly. We could finish this. Elias shook his head. Not yet. Let them feel it first. In deep space, the Union fleet finally understood something was wrong. Their admiral shouted orders, but his voice echoed in an empty bridge. Screens flickered. Symbols blurred. The stars themselves seemed to shift. Restore systems, he demanded. No answer. A junior officer whispered, Admiral, our ships are listening to someone else. Fear spread like cold air. Humans were inside their machines. On Earth, no crowds gathered. No leaders gave speeches. People went to work. Children went to school. Life stayed quiet. But below the surface, every nation was linked. For the first time in history, humanity acted as one. Hidden factories woke up. Old bunkers opened. Shipyards that did not exist on any map released dark shapes into orbit. Human ships did not shine. They waited. Captain Mira Hale stepped beside Elias. Union Command is sending emergency signals. They are calling for talks. Elias smiled, but it was not warm. Record everything, he said. Then ignore it. Ignore. Mira asked. They had decades to listen, Elias replied. Now they can learn what silence feels like. Far away, on the Union capital world, panic filled the council chamber. Screens showed frozen fleets, lost signals, unknown human ships surrounding Union space lanes. High Counselor Vestal slammed a claw against the table. This is impossible. Humans were restricted. Another counselor spoke with a shaking voice. They followed the rules on the surface. Vestal stared at Earth's image, now marked in red. They hid, he whispered. They learned. For the first time, the Union realized their mistake. They had mistaken kindness for weakness. Back in space, a Union destroyer suddenly powered up. Weapons charged. Hostile action detected. An officer warned on the human bridge. Mira looked at Elias. They are testing us. Elias raised his hand. Single response. No deaths. A human ship moved forward. One pulse of blue light crossed the void. The Union destroyer's weapons melted into slag. Its engines shut down. The ship spun, harmless and broken. No explosion. No warning. Just control. Across Union channels, the message spread fast. Humans do not destroy. Humans decide. Fear changed shape. On Earth, a young technician watched the battle feed. His hands trembled. They could wipe them out, he said. Why don't we? An older officer answered without looking up. Because this is not revenge. Then what is it? An ending. Elias received a new signal. Not from the Union. From a neutral alien world. To the leaders of Earth, the message said, we watched. We stayed silent. We apologize. Elias closed his eyes. So it begins, he said. Humanity's kindness had ended, but something else had begun. Respect. Union leaders finally made a decision. If humans would not listen, they would force them. A hidden order activated. Deep inside Union territory, ancient weapons powered up. Devices older than most species. Weapons meant to erase stars. The Union was afraid, and afraid empires make terrible choices. A red alert flashed on Elias' screen. Unknown energy spike detected. Mira said, not near Earth, deep Union space. Elias leaned forward. His voice dropped. They are reaching for forbidden tools. Can we stop it? Mira asked. Elias stared at the data. Yes, he said, but it will reveal everything. Silence filled the bridge. This was the moment. the line between restraint and domination. Elias straightened his back. "Authorize Phase 2, he ordered. Across space, human fleets moved, not to attack, to stand in front of the galaxy. Union scientists screamed as their ancient weapon failed to start. Systems shut down. Locks closed. A single message appeared on every Union screen. This technology is unsafe. You are no longer permitted to use it. No signature. No threat. Just fact. The Union had lost control of its own past. High Counselor Vestal fell back into his seat. "They are not children," he whispered. "No," another counselor said. "They are guardians." Fear turned into something worse. Realization. Commander Elias Monroe watched the stars again. "Send one message," he said. "To everyone?" "To everyone." The message was short. "We asked for peace. We were ignored. Now we will keep the galaxy safe. With or without your permission." Humanity did not shout. They did not celebrate. They simply stood up, and the galaxy leaned back. The galaxy had never been silent like this before. No alarms, no explosions, no chaos, just stillness, and the hum of human ships patrolling the void. The Union fleet, once the pride of their species, drifted frozen like statues in space, waiting for orders that never came. Commander Elias Monroe sat in the command center of Earth's orbital station, eyes fixed on the screens. Every movement, every signal, every energy pulse of the Union fleet was being tracked. "They're scared," said Captain Mirahale quietly. "And I don't think they've ever felt this kind of fear before." Elias nodded. "They are learning the most important lesson. Humans no longer bargain. We do not negotiate weakness. We enforce peace our way." Thousands of light years away, the High Council of the Galactic Union met in emergency. Red warning lights flickered across the chamber as data from their crippled fleet streamed in. "Enough!" shouted High Counselor Vestal, his voice echoing across the chamber. "We cannot retreat. We cannot surrender. We will strike Earth now. We will remind them they are nothing. But their technology," another counselor whispered, "it's beyond our understanding. They can shut down our fleet in moments. We've never faced anything like this." Vestal slammed his claw against the table. "Then we destroy what we cannot understand." It was a reckless plan, and every counselor knew it. Back in Earth's orbital station, Elias saw the energy spike on his monitors. "They are activating their secret weapons," Mira said. "The ones older than time. Weapons that could erase stars." Elias leaned back. "Good. Let them try. We've learned restraint. They haven't learned consequences yet." He pressed a single button. Human fleets that had been hiding in stealth arrays activated fully. Hundreds of ships appeared, surrounding the Union fleet like a living net. Open communications, Elias ordered. Every Union ship received a single message, simple, calm, and precise. "We will not destroy your worlds. But any attack on Earth or its people will end your fleet. This is your only warning. No arrogance, no anger, just power, silent and absolute." Union commanders stare at their screens in horror. Their advanced weapons, their ancient doomsday devices, all had been neutralized. One by one, their crews realized they could not fire without their own systems being shut down. They control everything," muttered an admiral. "Every ship, every system, our entire fleet is in their hands." "Yes," whispered another, "and they didn't even fire a shot." Meanwhile, on Earth, news never made it to the public. Humanity did not seek recognition. People lived their lives, going to school, going to work, unaware of the monumental battle happening above their skies. Elias turned to Mira. "It's time to send the second message. Not to threaten, but to inform the galaxy that humanity has changed." Mira nodded. "I'm ready." A holographic broadcast went out to every alien world that had communication with the Union. "We asked for peace. You refused. We did not respond with anger. We acted with precision. Humanity's kindness is no longer weakness. Respect it or face silence." Across the galaxy, leaders stopped in their chambers. Scientists, politicians, and generals all looked at one another in disbelief. The humans were no longer the species to be underestimated. Deep within Union territory, rebel factions whispered. Some alien worlds saw humanity as the new guardians of order. Others trembled at the thought of their power. A counselor from the neutral world of Arella spoke urgently. If humanity continues like this, they will unite the galaxy under their code. Every fleet, every weapon, every world controlled by their logic and precision. There will be no more randomness, no more chaos. Nothing will be left unchecked. And in that moment, fear transformed into respect, and respect into caution. Back in orbit, Elias and Mira stood in silence, watching the calm spread across space. Do you think they understand now? Mira asked. Elias shook his head slowly. Not yet, but they will. Humans do not act without reason. And when we act, the galaxy listens. A sudden alert flashed on the screen. One Union fleet had activated an unknown jump gate, an attempt to strike Earth from outside known space. Elias's eyes narrowed. Phase 2 begins. Prepare all fleets. Myra's heart raced. They are serious this time. This could be the first real battle. Elias pressed his hand against the console. Let them try. Humanity will not fight for conquest, but we will fight for survival, for peace, and for the truth that kindness is not weakness. And across the galaxy, the Union realized the era of underestimating humans was over. The silence before the storm had ended. The galaxy held its breath. The Union fleet, shaken and desperate, gathered at the edge of known space. Hundreds of ships, bristling with energy weapons, warheads, and experimental tech, aligned to strike Earth. Commander Elias Monroe watched from Earth's orbital command. His fingers hovered over the controls. Calm as always. They are coming, Captain Mira Hale said. Her voice was steady, but her eyes betrayed concern. All fleets report readiness. Elias nodded. Good. Let them approach. Patience is part of the lesson. Across space, Union admirals barked orders. Target Earth. Destroy their orbital stations. Leave nothing alive. Yet, as their fleets moved, something strange happened. Human ships, hidden in the shadows of asteroid belts and dark nebulae, began to appear around the Union fleet, not to attack, to watch. Sensors failed. Communication scrambled. Weapon systems froze. One by one, Union warships lost control over their own engines and targeting arrays. Admiral Veshtal could hardly believe what he was seeing. What is happening? He shouted. Their ships, they're everywhere. Sir, whispered a young officer, we are not under attack. We are being guided. Every system, every movement is being controlled. Veshtal's eyes widened. Impossible. Humans can't. But the evidence was undeniable. Humans had turned their weapons against no one, yet every Union system now danced to their rhythm. On Earth, Elias watched calmly as data poured in. They think this is a battle, he said softly. But it's not. This is a lesson. They need to understand restraint, intelligence, and precision. Mira tilted her head. Do we strike back? Or wait? Elias smiled faintly. We never strike first, but we defend decisively. A Union destroyer fired its first volley at Earth's orbital station. Human shields responded instantly. Energy flowed in perfect synchronization. Not a single human life was at risk. The Union missiles melted harmlessly in the void, absorbed and neutralized. Then a single pulse shot back. Not a missile, not a laser, just a calculated electromagnetic wave. Every Union ship in the immediate area froze. Their engines locked, weapons disabled, systems offline. No destruction. No panic, just control. On board the Union command ship, officers screamed in disbelief. How is this possible? A weapons officer asked. Our firepower, our strategy, it's useless. Veshtal gritted his teeth. They are humans, and they are not angry. They are precise. Yes, sir, another whispered. They are guardians. Meanwhile, deep in Earth's command center, Elias observed the Union fleet's desperation. They will try something bigger, he said. Prepare Phase 3. The real test begins now. Mira frowned. Phase 3? What does that mean? Elias leaned back. It means we show them that human strength is not measured in aggression. It is measured in unity, intelligence, and will. Today, they will learn why kindness can survive only when backed by strength. Back in space, the Union unleashed its deadliest weapon, a massive energy cannon, capable of incinerating entire planets. Every officer on the human side held their breath. Even Elias paused for a moment, letting the sheer scale of it sink in. Then, with quiet precision, humans rerouted the cannon's energy. It was absorbed into a network of hidden arrays, dispersed safely into space, leaving not a scratch on Earth or its fleets. The Union watched in horror, their ultimate weapon neutralized, without a single shot fired at Earth. Aboard the command station, Mira finally smiled. They're learning too late. Elias nodded. Yes, and when they understand, humanity will no longer be underestimated. Across the galaxy, neutral races watched in awe. Humanity had faced the mightiest fleet known and had not destroyed, yet had demonstrated absolute control. The message was clear. Humans were not weak. Humans were not reckless. Humans acted with purpose. And from this point forward, the galaxy would fear the silence before human action. Union survivors retreated in disarray. Some worlds considered siding with humans. Others considered surrender. Veshtal, trembling, whispered to his council, "We thought them children mere emotions in space. We were wrong. They are something greater." Elias watched the Union fleet retreat from Earth's orbit. "They will return," Mira said. "Perhaps," Elias replied. "But next time, they will remember the lesson we just taught them. Humanity is no longer weak. Humanity is the balance." And as Earth's orbital lights gleamed softly against a void, the galaxy realized the age of underestimating humans was officially over. The galaxy was quiet again, but it was a tense silence. The Union had retreated, but they were not defeated. Far in the depths of their territory, secret fleets were being rebuilt. Ancient weapons, forbidden technologies, and experimental fleets were being readied for one final strike. Commander Elias Monroe stood in Earth's command center, his eyes scanning star charts and energy signatures. "They're regrouping," Captain Mira Hale said. "And this time they're bringing everything they've hidden." Elias nodded. "Good. Let them try. Every secret they uncover, every weapon they launch, we've already planned for it." Mira frowned. "They could destroy a planet if they wanted. How we stop that?" Elias smiled faintly. "We don't destroy planets. We destroy their advantage." Deep inside Union territory, Veshtal and his council were furious. "Earth humbles us," one counselor shouted. "Our fleet, our weapons, nothing works." Veshtal clenched his claw. "Then we will strike at their allies. If we cannot destroy Earth, we will scatter humanity. Their power relies on unity." Maps lit up. Coordinates flashed. In every hidden corner of the galaxy, Union strike forces moved, fast and silent. The galaxy braced for war. On Earth, human intelligence had already predicted this move. "Multiple strike points detected," reported a young analyst. "They're targeting resource colonies, fleet stations, and neutral world we support." Elias remained calm. "And we anticipated each one. Deploy countermeasures." Within minutes, Earth's fleets jumped into action, not to fight, to guide. Every incoming Union strike was intercepted and neutralized before it could reach its target. Missiles were rerouted harmlessly into space. Enemy ships were blocked or trapped without harm. Neutral worlds never knew they were threatened. Captain Mira Hale shook her head in amazement. "They can't understand. Every strike is failing before it even starts." Elias looked at her. "They cannot understand because they never study restraint. They only know destruction. Humanity uses strength to protect, not to dominate." Far away, on a neutral planet observing the conflict, diplomats whispered among themselves. "The humans are not reckless," one said. "They anticipate everything. Every plan, every weapon, every deception." Another nodded. "They don't need to destroy to win. They only need to think, and the galaxy follows their lead." Union leaders grew desperate. "They predicted our moves." Veshtal growled. "Impossible," the scientist replied, trembling. They didn't just predict, they planned for it before we even moved. Every contingency covered. Veshtal slammed his claw against the table. Then we invent something new, something they cannot anticipate. Deep within Union space, secret projects powered up, ships that could phase out of reality, weapons at bedtime, energy storms capable of obliterating fleets instantly. But even as they activated, Elias had already detected the signatures. "Prepare Phase 4, he said calmly. "They think they can surprise us, but humans anticipate the impossible." In orbit above Earth, fleets waited in perfect formation. "This will be their strongest test yet," Mira said. "Are we ready?" Elias nodded. "We are always ready. Remember, humans do not attack without reason, but we will defend without mercy if needed." A single command echoed across the network. "Deploy predictive defenses. Engage silent interception." From hidden points across the galaxy, human fleets moved invisibly. Union strike forces found themselves surrounded before they even realized they had entered hostile space. One by one, their secret weapons failed. Ships vanished, systems froze, weapons shut down. No one died, but no one could move either. Veshtal stared at the galactic map, red markers disappearing before his eyes. "How?" Elias watched silently from Earth. No celebration, no speech, just observation. "Every strike they make becomes a lesson," he said softly. Mira looked at him. This is humanity's way." "Yes," Elias replied. "We fight not with rage, but with intelligence. We win not by destroying, but by showing the galaxy the power of unity, foresight, and restraint." And across the galaxy, a single truth spread quickly. Humans do not strike first, but if they defend, even the strongest empire will falter. Union fleets retreated once more. This time, many ships returned with their captains trembling, their crews silent, knowing that the humans they underestimated were nothing less than a force of nature. Humanity had passed the first real test of the galaxy, and the next lessons would be far more dangerous. The galaxy was watching, quietly. Union fleets had been humiliated twice, yet they were not defeated. Every species that observed Earth's response to aggression began to think differently. Some whispered to themselves, "Maybe humans are not just strong, maybe they are allies worth having." Commander Elias Monroe sat in the command center above Earth, analyzing new reports. "Multiple alien worlds are sending signals," said Captain Mira Hale. "They want to share intelligence, secretly. They don't want the Union to know." Elias leaned back. "They see what we are capable of. They understand that our strength is not destruction. It is unity, strategy, and restraint. Some will join quietly. Some will offer aid. We do not demand it, we only accept it." In the shadows of a distant star system, envoys from neutral worlds arrived near Earth's hidden fleets. Small, sleek ships cloaked and silent. They opened communications with Elias. "We watch your tactics. We have seen your patience and restraint. We wish to join your side. Not for war, but for survival." Elias read the messages carefully. "Prepare hospitality protocols, and share only what they need to survive. Nothing more." Mira raised an eyebrow. "You trust them?" Elias smiled faintly. "We do not need to trust them completely, but their respect is earned, and respect is enough for now." Back in the Union, High Counselor Veshtal was furious. "Humans are corrupting neutral systems," he bellowed. "They are turning the galaxy against us." His advisors whispered nervously, "Sir, some worlds are even sharing their technology voluntarily. They see humans as protectors." Veshtal's claws trembled. "Protectors? They are still children. How can the galaxy follow them?" The truth was, he could not answer that. The galaxy had already begun to shift. On Earth, humans studied the technology offered by neutral races, not to build weapons, not to dominate, but to improve their defenses, predict threats, and refine strategy. Every piece of alien tech became part of a network, a silent web of intelligence that stretched across the stars. "This is extraordinary," said Mira, examining a propulsion system from a distant world. "With this, our fleets can move faster, anticipate more threats, and remain unseen." Elias nodded. "Exactly. We are not building empires. We are building safety for humanity and for those who choose peace. Union intelligence officers were watching all of this with growing horror. They are not attacking us, one whispered. They are not threatening. Yet every neutral system is now linked to them. They are gathering influence silently. Yes, another replied. And every move we try fails before it starts. They are teaching the galaxy a new order. Veshtal slammed his claws again. This cannot continue. We must destroy Earth before their influence grows further. But the younger officers hesitated. Sir, our fleets have already failed twice. And these new allies, they are not hostile. If we strike now, we risk starting a war we cannot control. Veshtal clenched his jaw. Then we adapt or we perish. Elias observed all of this from orbit. Every empire, he said softly, learns this eventually. Kindness is not weakness. Power combined with restraint is far more dangerous than anger or revenge. Mira tilted her head. Do you think the Union will ever accept it? Elias shook his head slowly. Some will eventually. Others will resist. But humanity does not fight to force understanding. We fight to protect and to show the truth. Across the galaxy, whispers spread among neutral worlds. Humans act with reason, not emotion. Humans do not destroy without cause. Humans do not demand loyalty, yet earn it naturally. A new alliance was forming, not through fear, but through respect. And as Earth's fleets moved silently through stars, guided by advanced intelligence from alien allies, a quiet truth became clear. Humanity was no longer alone. The galaxy was beginning to see what humans truly were capable of. The galaxy was quiet, but this time it was a calm silence. Commander Elias Monroe stood on the bridge of Earth's orbital command station, looking at the stars. The Union had retreated. Neutral worlds were slowly pledging support. The vast emptiness of space no longer felt threatening. It felt alive with possibility. Do you think it's really over? Captain Mirahale asked, her eyes scanning the holographic map of human and allied fleets. Elias shook his head slowly. It is never truly over. The galaxy is large. Threats will always exist. But the lesson has been learned. Humans do not strike recklessly. We act with intelligence, patience, and unity. Across Earth, celebrations were subtle. People went about their lives, unaware of the war that had just been silently won. Humanity did not need parades or speeches. Their victory was in survival, in restraint, in the protection of billions of lives across countless worlds. Below the surface, fleets repaired, upgraded, and trained. Humans integrated alien technologies into their systems, not to dominate, but to anticipate threats, protect allies, and maintain peace. A new era had begun. Far across the galaxy, former Union worlds whispered in awe. They are guardians, a scientist said quietly, watching a live feed of Earth's orbital fleets. Humans did not destroy us. They only showed strength. And the galaxy listened. Veshtal, the once proud High Counselor, had no words left. He retreated to his homeworld, silently watching humanity's influence grow. Fear had turned into reluctant respect. And for the first time, he understood humans measured power differently. On board the command station, Elias received reports from all allied worlds. Supply chains were open, communication networks active, fleets positioned strategically. But nothing aggressive. They trust us, Mira said softly. They've never trusted an outsider like this before. Elias nodded. We do not demand trust. We earn it with action. Kindness is not weakness, but power combined with restraint is stronger than any weapon. In orbit, a new fleet formation emerged. It was not built for war. It was built for protection. Human ships moved silently alongside alien allies, a web of vigilance stretching across systems. We are ready, Elias said, not for battle, but for balance. The galaxy is our home, and we will defend it. Mira smiled. And if the Union returns? Elias's eyes met hers. Then they will remember. Humanity does not seek war, but we will always rise to meet the challenge. Across the galaxy, messages spread quietly but clearly. Humanity's kindness is a choice. Humanity's power is unmatched when united. Humanity is not reckless, but unstoppable when defending life. For the first time in history, fear of humans was replaced by respect. And yet, the stars held secrets. New challenges awaited. Unknown civilizations, hidden threats, and distant mysteries lingered in the darkness. But humanity had already proven one thing. No matter what came, they would face it together, with strategy, courage, and the silent strength of a species that had chosen to rise. Elias looked out at the stars one last time. "The galaxy has learned," he said quietly. "But we must never forget the day humanity's kindness ended and our true strength began." Mira nodded. "A new dawn, Commander. For Earth, for humanity, for the galaxy." And as the first light of distant suns touched Earth's orbit, humanity stood tall. Not as conquerors, not as aggressors, but as guardians of the stars, ready to protect, to inspire, and to lead a new era. The end of the story. HFY themes complete. Humanity's restraint, intelligence, and unity shine. The galaxy respects humans for their choices, not their aggression. Adventure and suspense remain open for future stories. The galaxy was never the same again. Even months after the Union's retreat, whispers spread among alien worlds. Humans think differently. They act differently. They are not to be underestimated. Commander Elias Monroe walked to the halls of Earth's orbital command center. Holograms of fleets, planets, and star systems floated around him, showing every ally and every neutral world now connected to humanity. "They have learned," Mira Hale said, standing beside him. "The galaxy knows our strength now." Elias nodded. "Yes, but strength is not only measured in weapons or fleets. It's measured in foresight, patience, and the choices we make. Deep in space, humans continued exploring. Advanced alien technology allowed fleets to move faster, detect threats earlier, and communicate silently across light years. Every mission, every probe, every fleet movement was a lesson in strategy and protection. Young cadets trained with simulations that predicted enemy actions years before they happened. Scientists developed energy shields that could bend light, propulsion systems that approached the speed of thought, and sensors that detected anomalies invisible to normal instruments. Humanity's ingenuity became the new standard in the galaxy, not for war, but for safeguarding life. Meanwhile, the Union rebuilt in secret. Some worlds remained loyal, others hesitated. But all had learned the same lesson. Humanity's restraint was not weakness. Their patience was not fear. Their unity was a force no empire could ignore. Across neutral systems, alien diplomats quietly aligned with Earth. They shared intelligence, resources, and technology, but always with respect, never submission. Humans did not take. They earned. Elias stood on the observation deck, staring at the stars. "Do you think we've changed the galaxy forever?" Mira asked. Elias smiled faintly. "We've changed how they see humans. That is enough for now. The galaxy will remember that when kindness ends, humanity rises. But even more, when kindness continues, humanity inspires." In orbit, fleets trained together silently. Ships from dozens of species moved as one, not for conquest, not for aggression, but for protection. And for the first time in history, the galaxy felt safe under the silent guardianship of humans. From distant worlds, messages arrived. "We have observed humanity. We do not fear them. We respect them." The words echoed through every council chamber, every fleet, and every homeworld. Humans had won without unnecessary destruction. They had united without force. And they had taught the galaxy a lesson that would last for centuries. True strength is shown not in violence, but in restraint, unity, and the courage to defend life. Elias looked once more at the stars. The galaxy will always have threats. Unknown civilizations, hidden dangers. Even the Union may rise again. But we are ready. Humanity will stand. And the stars will never forget us. Mira placed a hand on his shoulder. "Guardians of the stars." Elias nodded. "Yes, guardians of the stars." And as fleets glided silently across the galaxy, Earth and its allies prepared for the next challenge. Not as conquerors, not as aggressors, but as watchful protectors, proving that humanity's kindness could be their greatest power.